Uh, Imagine a scene where the reason you did something yesterday was an event that has not yet happened. Picture a choice you made long ago, a turning point in your life. Perhaps you decided to move to a new city or to pursue a specific career. Now, suppose that choice happened because of a letter you will receive in the future. That letter, which you have not yet seen or held, somehow caused you to act in the past. It sounds impossible. It feels like something from a dream, a violation of the fundamental rules of reality as we know them. Yet this is the very heart of the causal loop idea, a paradox that challenges our most basic understanding of cause and effect. This concept asks us to rethink the linear flow of time we experience every single day. We live our lives as if walking a one-way street. The past is behind us, fixed and unchangeable, while the future is an open expanse we build with our present actions. But what if that street is not a street at all? What if it is a circle? This idea is not just a flight of fancy for storytellers, though they do love it. It emerges from the strange corners of physics, where our intuitions about the universe are often tested and sometimes broken. Exploring this possibility forces us to confront profound questions about our own freedom. Stories and films often play with this mind-bending concept. To grasp this strange idea, let's move away from complex physics and use a simple, everyday example. Imagine you are a passionate music lover. One day, a mysterious old musician gives you a cassette tape containing a beautiful, haunting melody. You listen to it over and over, completely captivated by its brilliance. The song becomes a part of you. Years pass. You decide to become a musician, dedicating your life to your craft. You become famous, known for your unique style and compositions. One day, you decide to share that song with the world. You transcribe the melody, arrange it, release it as your own single. The song becomes a global sensation. It's played on every radio station. Its melody is known by millions. One afternoon, a young, aspiring musician approaches you, inspired by your work. You decide to pass on the gift that was given to you. You record the song onto a cassette, give it to them. That young musician was, of course, your younger self. The song you released was the same one you received all those years ago. So the critical question is, who wrote the song? It seems to have no creator. This is the essence of a causal loop. The song's existence is a closed circle. The future event, you releasing the song, is the cause of the past event, you receiving the song. And the past event is the cause of the future event. There's no point of origin, no moment of pure creation. It's a piece of information that just cycles through time. This no-origin problem is what makes the bootstrap paradox so unsettling. In our world, everything comes from somewhere. One of the most profound ideas that opens the door to such paradoxes is the block universe theory. This view emerges directly from Albert Einstein's theory of special relativity, a cornerstone of modern physics, tested and confirmed for over a century. In our daily lives, we experience time as a river, flowing forward. We feel the now as a special moment separating past from future. But special relativity suggests that this feeling might be an illusion, a product of human perception rather than a feature of the cosmos. Imagine time not as a river, but as a vast frozen block of ice. This block contains every moment that has ever happened and every moment that ever will happen. The past, the present, the future. Your birth, the moment you are reading this sentence, every event yet to come. All equally real within the block. Our sense of a flowing now is simply our consciousness moving along one path through this pre-existing structure. Think of it like a movie reel. The entire film exists at once, but you only experience one frame at a time. This is not just metaphor, it's a consequence of how space and time are unified in Einstein's physics. Special relativity shows that two different observers moving at different speeds can disagree on which events happen at the same time. What is present for one could be past or future for another. The only way to resolve this is if all moments have an equal claim to reality. In this block universe, the future is not something we create. It is already there, just as the past is. It's a landscape we are traversing, not one we are building from scratch. If the model is correct, the future is as fixed and real as the past. This has staggering implications. The distinction between past and future is not as absolute as we feel, and if the future already exists, then, in principle, information from it might influence the past. The block universe doesn't require causal loops to exist, but it provides the stage for them. A static, unchanging reality where a self-consistent looping pattern of cause and effect could be woven into space-time. Building on this, we encounter an even more startling idea: retrocausality. This is a scientific term for a simple yet radical proposition that the future can influence the past. While it sounds like pure science fiction, this concept arises from quantum mechanics, the science of the very small. One of the most famous experiments in this domain is the delayed choice quantum eraser. These experiments are notoriously complex, but their core result is what matters for our journey. They investigate the strange dual nature of particles like photons, which can behave as particles or as waves. In a simplified version, a photon is sent toward a detector. The setup allows a scientist to make a choice about how to measure that photon, even after the photon has already completed the main part of its journey. The results show that the choice made by the scientist in the present seems to affect how the photon behaved in the past, whether it acted like a particle or a wave. It is as if the photon knew what measurement was going to be made in its future and adjusted its past behavior accordingly. Now, it is crucial to emphasize that this is a highly debated topic. The delayed choice quantum eraser experiment is real, and its results have been replicated many times. However, physicists disagree fiercely on what those results mean. Many argue it does not truly prove retrocausality and offer interpretations that avoid signals to the past. Quantum mechanics is weird and non-local, and our classical notions of cause and effect may not apply at that scale. So, while retrocausality is far from a proven fact, it remains a tantalizing possibility at the fringes of physics, suggesting the arrow of time might not be so rigid. If a future measurement can influence a past event, even in this limited context, it opens a tiny crack in the door for causal loops. If we take these ideas seriously, the block universe, retrocausality, we are forced to confront one of the oldest and most personal philosophical questions: do we have free will? Most of us operate on the assumption that we are the authors of our own lives. We feel that we make choices, and those choices determine our future. When you decide between coffee, tea in the morning, it feels like a genuine open choice. But if the universe is a fixed block where the future already exists, then that feeling of freedom might be a profound illusion. Your choice was always going to be coffee. In a block universe, every decision you will ever make is already part of the unchanging landscape of space-time. The feeling of deliberation, the weighing of pros, the weighing of cons, is just another event within the block. It's part of the process that leads to the predetermined outcome, but it doesn't change that outcome. This viewpoint, known as determinism, suggests that our lives are like a movie playing out frame by frame. The characters feel like they are choosing, but the story is already written. This can be deeply unsettling. However, not everyone agrees that a block universe eliminates free will. Some philosophers, known as compatibilists, argue free will can coexist with determinism. They redefine free will not as the ability to change a fixed future, but as the ability to act according to one's own desires and reasons without external coercion. Even if your choice was predetermined, it was still your choice, stemming from your character, your memories, your values. In this view, you are free as long as you are the one driving the car, even if the road is already laid out ahead of you. This debate is far from settled. Does it matter if our choices are part of a pre-written cosmic script, as long as we experience them as our own? Or is true freedom dependent on an open, unwritten future? The block universe model, born from physics, thus becomes central in a deeply human argument about agency, forcing us to ask what we truly mean by freedom and whether our feeling of control reflects reality. The implications of a fixed timeline or causal loops extend directly into the realm of ethics and justice. Our legal and moral systems assume individuals are responsible for their actions. We praise good deeds and hold people accountable for bad ones because we believe they could have acted differently. But if every action is part of a predetermined pattern within a block universe, or worse, an inescapable causal loop, does it still make sense to assign blame or praise? Consider a person destined to perform a harmful act because it is a necessary link in a self-sustaining chain of events. Can we hold them morally responsible? If their action was inevitable, woven into space-time, the concept of personal culpability becomes murky. Some might argue that responsibility vanishes. How can you blame someone for an action they had no ultimate power to prevent? Punishment could seem unjust, a cog turning because it must. On the other hand, many argue responsibility remains even in a deterministic universe. Our systems of praise and blame are not about changing the past, but about shaping the future, even a predetermined one. Punishing a crime is part of the causal chain. The punishment deters, reinforces social norms, and contributes to the overall pattern of reality. In this view, your actions still matter because they are the mechanism through which the pre-written future unfolds. You are still the actor, even if you are following a script. This leads to a complex ethical landscape. If all events are fixed, then every act of kindness and every act of cruelty is simply a feature of the universe. Does this mean we should accept everything as it is? Or does the experience of making a moral choice have value in itself, regardless of the ultimate physics of time? These are not easy questions. Beyond free will and ethics, the block universe model raises profound questions about the nature of consciousness itself. What is this feeling of a moving now? If all moments exist equally, why do we experience them in a sequence, one after another? Where does our subjective arrow of time come from? In a block universe, your entire life, from your first breath to your last, exists as a complete worldworm snaking through space-time. So, what is the you that is experiencing this moment right now, and not a moment from 10 years ago or 10 years from now? One perspective. Consciousness is not a single entity moving through time. Instead, each moment of your awareness is a separate, static slice of consciousness at its specific space-time coordinate. The feeling of flow is an illusion. Each slice carries a memory of the slice before it. There is a version of you reading the beginning of this sentence and another reading the end, and your brain stitches these experiences into the sensation of smooth passage. Another possibility: consciousness is linked to thermodynamics and entropy, time's arrow. The universe trends from order to disorder, giving time its macroscopic direction. Perhaps our brains, as complex information processors, are tied to this thermodynamic arrow, forcing our conscious experience to flow the same way, our minds surfing the cosmic wave of increasing entropy. Right now, these are speculative ideas. We do not have a scientific theory that fully explains consciousness or its relationship to time. It remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries. Is consciousness fundamental to the universe, or an emergent property of complex systems like brains? Does it create the flow of time, or is it carried along by it? Exploring the block universe and causal loops forces us to see that the puzzles of time and consciousness are deeply intertwined. Solving one might be the key to solving the other. It is absolutely essential to approach these ideas with humility. While fascinating and arising from serious science, they exist on the frontiers of our knowledge. We must be clear about what is well established and what remains speculative. The block universe is a straightforward interpretation of special relativity, a theory that has passed every experimental test. Many physicists consider it plausible. It is a solid foundation for these discussions. Retrocausality, however, is more contentious. The delayed choice quantum eraser is real. Results are robust. But interpretations are a battleground. Claiming the future influences the past is a bold leap many are unwilling to take. There are less radical explanations preserving conventional causality. Thus, causal loops remain speculative, a logical possibility in a block universe without direct evidence. The biggest missing piece is quantum gravity. General relativity for the large, planets, galaxies, and quantum mechanics for the small, atoms, photons, are both spectacularly successful, yet they don't work together. They give contradictory answers where both are crucial. The center of a black hole, the first moment of the Big Bang. A complete theory of time will likely emerge only from a unified theory of quantum gravity. That future theory may forbid causal loops by revealing a hidden principle, or confirm they're possible, opening a new understanding of reality. Until then, we are explorers mapping a strange land with incomplete tools. Mathematics, logic, experimental clues, and large blank spaces on the map. These ideas are not settled facts. They are active areas of research and debate, pushing the boundaries of what we know and can imagine. So, why should we care about these abstract and seemingly paradoxical ideas in our everyday lives? We are not about to receive a letter from our future selves or get trapped in a temporal loop. But engaging with these concepts cultivates intellectual humility. The universe is stranger than intuition suggests. Even time's flow is not fully understood. This humility powers discovery, pushing us to question assumptions. These ideas expand imagination, the soil for new art, new stories, and new philosophies. The thought that time might not be a simple, straight line encourages us to see our lives with fresh eyes. It challenges how we think about causality, destiny, and choice. It connects rigorous physics with deeply personal experience, two sides of the same quest for understanding. Science is not just equations, it is about wonder. The Causal Loop Paradox embodies this. It ties logical puzzles to space-time theory and free will, confronting us with potentially alien rules of reality. We are early in our cosmic journey, with so much left to discover. The quest to understand time is not just physics, it is about our place in the cosmos. And so, I leave you with a final thought. The ideas we explored, a fixed future, a universe carved in stone, a song with no beginning, can be seen in two ways. They can be seen as a disturbing threat to our freedom, mere puppets in a cosmic play, or as an awe-inspiring glimpse into a majestic, intricate, deeply ordered reality. So, I ask you, does the idea of a future that could influence the past, of a universe where time is not what it seems, excite your sense of wonder, or does it unsettle your sense of self? What are your thoughts on causal loops? Does the idea of a predetermined future intrigue or disturb you? Or do you believe free will triumphs over all? Share your perspective in the comments below. If this journey through time and paradox captivated you, smash that like button and subscribe for more mind-bending science and philosophical deep dives. Your support helps us explore the universe's greatest mysteries.